Introductory note. It is entirely probable that the date of The Tempest is 1611, and that this was the last play completed by Shakespeare before he retired from active connection with the theatre to spend the remainder of his life in leisure in his native town of Stratford-on-Avon. The main thread of the plot of the drama seems to have been some folk tale of a magician and his daughter, which, in the precise form in which Shakespeare knew it, has not been recovered. The storm and the island were, it is believed, suggested by the wreck on the Bermudas in 1609 of one of the English expeditions to Virginia. Traces are found, too, of the author's reading in contemporary books of travel. But the plot itself is of less importance than usual. Supernatural elements are introduced with great freedom, and the dramatist's interest was clearly not in the reproduction of lifelike events. The presentation of character and the attractive picturing of the beauty of magnanimity and forgiveness are the things which, along with its delightful poetry, make the charm of this play. It is not to be wondered at that readers have frequently been led to find in the figure of the great magician, laying aside his robes and wonder-working rod in a spirit of love and peace toward all men, a symbol of the dramatist himself at the close of his great career, and it is surely legitimate to play with this idea without assuming that Shakespeare consciously embodied it. One can hardly conceive a more fitting epilogue to the volume which is the crown of the world's dramatic literature than the romance of The Tempest.
Dramatis Personae of The Tempest by William Shakespeare. Alonso, King of Naples, read by Craig Franklin.
Sebastian, his brother, read by Thomas Peter.
Prospero, the Right Duke of Milan, read by Brad.
Antonio, his brother, the usurping Duke of Milan, read by Sonia.
Ferdinand, son to the King of Naples, read by Thomas Peter.
Gonzalo, an honest old counsellor, read by Craig Franklin.
Adrian, a lord, read by Brad.
Francisco, a lord, read by Thomas Peter. Caliban, a savage and deformed slave, read by Thomas Peter.
Trinculo, a jester, read by Craig Franklin.
Stefano, a drunken butler, read by Brad. Master of a ship, read by Brad.
Boatswain, read by Craig Franklin.
First Mariner, read by Sonia.
Second Mariner, read by Brad.
Third Mariner, read by Craig Franklin.
Fourth Mariner, read by Thomas Peter.
Miranda, daughter to Prospero, read by Sonia. Ariel, an airy spirit, read by Sonia.
Iris, a spirit, read by Craig Franklin.
Ceres, a spirit, read by Thomas Peter.
Juno, a spirit, read by Sonia.
Stage directions, read by Craig Franklin. End of Dramatis Personae.